Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting edition of Distinct Voices and Diverse Perspectives with your host, me, Mrs. Inman. All right, let's get started. You know what to do. Grab your mentor text, pencil, and a highlighter. Okay, so today our goal is that I can describe the characters, conflict, and setting of a dramatic work. Okay, we're going to do a first read of Scene 2 today of The Flooded Valley. So I need you to open up your mentor text to page 14 and 15, and you're going to circle any words that are not familiar to you or maybe difficult. But I also want you to look for our vocabulary words, which are exhausted, exchange, and interrupting. All right, Scene 2. Doris and George are in the kitchen with Mama. The kids are waiting for something. Mama is trying to move around the kitchen but keeps tripping over them. If this is how you all are gonna wait for your father, there won't be any supper. Oh, Mama. No lip from you, miss. Get over here and be useful. You, sir. George is trying to slide out of sight behind a chair. You can get out the kerosene and fill the lamps. I can barely see what I'm making for supper. Oh, the Robertsons in town have electricity. Tommy doesn't have to go around with smelly oil all over his hands. Grumpily, George opens a cabinet and pulls out a kerosene can. The front door opens. Papa walks in, looking worn out. Papa! The kids put down what they're holding and run over. Mama turns to face her husband. Ginny, they're giving us a month. What? But they're the government, Papa, aren't they? They've got to help us somehow. They're giving us money in exchange for us getting off this land. Carl, did they offer us land? Yes, but... Hey, hooray, that's good news! Dora, did you agree, Papa? I didn't. Mama smooths her hair back, organizing her thoughts as Doris and George look at her. Papa drops into a chair and props his head on one hand to look at his wife. George, Doris, our farm is not a good farm. The soil is weak, full of rocks. Every year we dig up a new field because another field is exhausted. But if we get to go to a new farm, then we get new soil. But if it's near here, it will be the same kind of farm, George. Then the soil will have the same problems for us. Yes, exactly. Okay, let's take a look and see if we can find one of our words. Exchange. So exchange, it says in exchange for us getting off this land. What it means here is to trade one thing for another. You're exchanging something for another. Ooh, interrupting. So I think we all know what interrupting is. Interrupting is to talk while another person is speaking. So make sure that you highlight these and you get their definitions written down. Always pause if you need to. Okay, now here's a word, exhausted. It says every year we dig up a new field because another field is exhausted. Now, is the field tired? That's because that's, our typical. No, the field's not tired. It's used up. Okay, so you've got two choices that it means, used up or very tired, and the field is used up. All right, this is a little bit of a review slide for us. I wanted to make sure we could talk about the elements of drama and do a little review. for our upcoming activity. So where are the nuts? We've got our character list. There it is. We've got acts or scenes. We've got our character tag. So the character tag is just any character right there speaking. Now, this one, we missed narrator 1 speaking because Hazel, or Mom in this instance, is speaking. She says it was the middle of winter. So she is also a character tag. Stage directions, which here we know it's wind blowing. And then your dialogue, which is what they're saying to each other. Okay, so I have highlighted, you mean it was cold, windy, and freezing outside. Also, what could be highlighted, it was narrator 1 saying it was in the middle of winter. Let's do challenge number 1. Turn to page 12. What I want you to do is put a box around the character list. Go ahead and do that. Okay, what'd you come up with? Ooh. Yes! Did you do that? Awesome job. Those are our characters from the Flooded Valley. And we put our box around it, didn't we? Okay, on page 14, highlight the character tags. Now remember what those are. The character tags. There's a lot of them here. Okay, what did we come up with? Oh, look at that. It's every time someone's saying something, isn't it? And all the characters were talking in this part of scene 2. So highlight those if you have not. Challenge number 3 on page 12 and 14. You may need to pause it. Circle the scenes. You're putting a circle around the scenes. Oh, scene 1 and scene 2. That one's pretty easy because it tells you right there what scene we're on. Challenge number 4. Now, don't let this trick you. You're going to put those brackets around the stage directions. Now, remember, stage directions tell what's going on or what a character's doing without it being part of our dialogue. So, go ahead and put brackets around those items in scene 2. I see a couple. What'd you get? There you go. It's giving an introduction as to what we can picture in our mind, where everyone is. Here's another. It's letting us know that George is trying to slide out of sight behind a chair. So if we were reading this and watching it at the same time, this is what would be happening. And then he's grumpily opening a cabinet, taking out a kerosene can, and then Papa walks in. Now, I just want to let you know that kerosene was used in farms or homes before they had electricity. They had oil lamps, which maybe you've seen some of them. They called hurricane lamps, some of them. And you have to fill it with the kerosene and then you light it. And then it burns and then the light comes up through the glass part of the lamp. Okay. And then we've got this part is one of our stage directions. And then I underline this one here because it's just a little piece of it, but it's saying, okay, this is what mom is doing. Putting a hand to her head. Okay, let's talk about types of conflict. We've got person versus self. So it's a person versus themselves. They have internal conflict with themselves. Person versus person, it's you have a conflict with someone else, with another person. Person versus nature is, you versus a hurricane or a tornado or an earthquake or some kind of weather or the wilderness. Anything you are going against out in nature. And then you've got person versus society. So it could be a person against the government or against a super large group of people. Your challenge number 5, take a look at page 14. What I want you to do is put a star next to the line that tells us a conflict in this scene. Pause and go ahead and do that. You're putting a star next to the line that tells us a conflict in the scene. What did you come up with? Yes, good job. But they're the government, Papa, aren't they? They've got to help us somehow. So there's a conflict there. The government should help us. We're having a conflict. We can't possibly move without any help. It's a conflict. Challenge number 6. Take a look at page 15. Put a star next to the line that tells us another conflict in this scene. Okay. It's George again. Then the soil will have the same problems for us. So it is person versus what, do you think? You're right. Person versus nature. Because you're having a problem with the land. Now before, in our other conflict, I forgot to mention, what do you think that was? Right, you got it. Person versus society, because it's the people versus the government. Can the government help us? Okay, here we go. This is what our goal was, is I can identify and describe the characters, conflict, and setting of a drama. Make sure to rate yourself 4, 3, 2, or 1, and go ahead and put that up in the corner of your mentor text. And guess what? I won't see you again till Tuesday. Enjoy your day.